But the Justice Department is fighting a lawsuit that challenges the 1996 Defense of Marriage Act called DOMA. Well, some see that as hypocrisy. So joining me to discuss this issue, SiriusXM host Michael Signorelli, an author. He's in New York. And from Los Angeles, Charles Moran, spokesman for the Log Cabin Republicans. Thank you very much, both of you. So you heard a couple of times there the president and once candidate Obama says, I'm a fierce advocate for gay rights. Has that, so far, do you feel it's been the case, Charles?
Well, the issue of being an advocate means you actually have to do something. And unfortunately, all we've seen from the White House and the Obama administration is more rhetoric and not a lot of action. In fact, the most we've gotten is a little bit of a circuit party with a Madonna remix in the East Room of the White House, and unfortunately, that just doesn't cut it.
Okay, that's an interesting way of putting it. And listen, I'm looking at the filings here. It says the administration said it supports the repeal of the law, yet in the same filing, the Justice Department will defend the statute in that case, and because a reasonable argument can be made that the law is constitutional. Michelangelo?
Well, look, the president has spoken very, very supportively of rights for gay and lesbian Americans. He has certainly showed a passion in the past, much more than Republicans. What he has lacked since taking office is courage. Courage to really move forward on repeal of Don't Ask, Don't Tell, move forward on repeal of DOMA. And look, he can do things right now, even before repealing. He could stop the discharges under federal law of those people who are being discharged under Don't Ask, Don't Tell. He can also decide not to fight the defense of marriage. He can not to fight the challenge. He can actually, there's nothing in the Constitution that says you have to defend current law. George H.W. Bush actually did not defend current law when he was president because he didn't believe in it, and his Justice Department made the argument that they weren't going to defend it, and the lawyer making the argument in the Justice Department was John Roberts, who is now the Supreme Court Justice, Chief Justice.
Michelangelo, I want to follow up with you on that. Log Cabin Republicans is the only organization right now that has a federal lawsuit filed against the Justice Department to block to turn over Don't Ask, Don't Tell on an unconstitutional basis. We're calling on the behalf of the Obama administration to instruct its Justice Department not to fight this lawsuit.
Charles and Michael, I mean, this is maybe the one area where conservatives and liberals might actually work together, because it seems that you two agree in tandem on this issue. You mentioned something, Michael. You mentioned the former administration, and there's a bit of irony in that the former vice president supports gay marriage, and he is left of President Obama's stance on gay marriage.
Yeah, absolutely. Dick Cheney has come out now in favor of marriage equality. Of course, he didn't do that very specifically when he was vice president. He didn't have the courage himself at that time. Now that he's out of office, he has a lesbian daughter. He is speaking out. Ted Olson, who was George Bush's Solicitor General, is now arguing before the federal courts that Proposition 8 in California should be overturned, that gays and lesbians should be allowed to marry. So,
Charles, then why then do you think that the gay community feels that the president is not doing as much as they should? Why do you think he's not doing what he promised on the campaign trail?
There is so much double-speak coming out of the White House, and this is the problem. We have seen evidence where Rahm Emanuel's office has instructed their allies in the Congress to hold off on the introduction of legislation that would repeal DOMA and the repeal of Don't Ask, Don't Tell. They are looking for political cover, and they're doing it at the expense of the gay and lesbian community. And that's just awful, given the fact that 70% of gays and lesbians voted for President Obama on the issue of change. And in some cases, you can argue that we sacrificed Proposition 8 out here in California for the election of President Obama, and this is what we get, is putting on the brakes, Charles, not really taking any action where, action is due.
I want to let Michelangelo get into this. Michael, I'll give you the last word. We're out of time.
Well, I agree with Charles completely on what's happening around Barack Obama. The big difference from the campaign to now are the people around Barack Obama who are making him move very cautiously on a variety of issues where he needs to forge ahead and be the man with passion who spoke so fervently about these issues during the campaign.
Political insiders say the issues that you're talking about, especially when it comes to gay rights, that those are second-term issues. They want to make sure that he gets a second term, and then he will do that. But meantime, a lot of people are waiting for him to overturn or do some things when it comes to the campaign, the promises he made. Thank you, Charles Moran. Thank you, Michelangelo Signorelli. We appreciate it. I want to update you.